Orem City. My name is Abbey Rindlisbacher. I'm your Miss Orem, and today I'm here with Shaun with Signarama, and he's going to tell us a little bit about being a local leader. So, Shaun, will you tell us a little bit more about your business?
Well, Signarama is the largest sign franchise in the world, and we've got over 400 or 500 locations in the U.S. And in this area, two up in the Salt Lake Valley, one in Utah County, which I am, Orem, and then there's another one up in Heber. And basically, we're a full-purpose sign company. If you look behind, we just do signage for just about everything that you want. So we help companies improve their presence and exposure to customers.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you're really helping people get the word out about who they are and what they do. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
So what would you say, you've been leading Signarama here in Orem for a while. What would you say has helped you be successful as a business owner here?
Looking at is mostly getting known. In this business, people have a bond with who they want to trust, who they're working with to do their signage for their company. And so that's been, a key thing is getting people to know about us. And so that's been joining local B&I groups and going to the city focus groups and things like that. And so getting the word out. Right.
So what would you say, obviously it sounds like you have to do a lot of networking in order to be a successful business owner and to run a great franchise, I'm assuming, right? So what are some ways that you would recommend somebody network and build their networking skills?
I'd say there are different organizations that are out there. We're members of the Home Builders Association, Utah County Home Builders Association.
Okay, cool.
We go to the Orem City events and a few of the other chambers up the valley here. And so that's really been a good get to know you type thing. The biggest thing too is the internet and people search. So people, you still you know how that works, right? I need something, you Google it or whatever, and it comes up. And so we've got a very good presence on with the social media. And so we have Facebook sites and other things that people can get a hold of us.
Great SEO. There you go.
So we as a Signarama, one of the things that you buy into is their marketing program. So we have SEO. You'll see us as an ad sometimes in when you're doing searching for signs in this area. But basically, it's people tell us that we've got a good rating. So we've got a very good rating from customers and a large number of ratings, which helps.
Yeah, definitely good reviews are always a plus. So what would you say has been something difficult that you've overcome as a leader of a business?
Difficulties comes in two main areas. One is sometimes the complexities of the job. I'm 8 years in now.
Okay.
But every time you can go out, you hit something new.
Right.
Construction changes, some different problem. So that's been something. The other one is people. You're only as good as your team. You can't grow unless you've got a good team behind you. And so being able to get employees in the shifting market the way it's been that stay with you and learn, because there's quite a lot to learn. So you've got to have people who stay with you a while, and then they can really improve their productivity. But those are the two main things that seem to be challenging.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Really leaning into people, what you mentioned with building a great team. I would say that teamwork and also bringing out the best qualities in the people who you oversee is a really big aspect of being a great leader. So how do you bring out the best in your team?
I try to understand what their personal issues are. That's people have issues, and so I try and work with them. If they need time off, they get time off. If each one of my employees has got things that they have to struggle with, and I think supporting them in their life, not just what they do for me, but also in their general life, is a big thing for me. and I do care about them, and hopefully that means they care about the job they're doing.
Yeah, I really like that. Thank you. Okay, shifting gears a tiny bit. What are some things that you did to help you prepare to be a leader and to own a business?
Well, give you a little bit of history here. I've been up in the vice president level of different companies, and mostly in the computer design business. I've worked for a lot of major corporations all over the world, and so working in that avenue helps you to understand what to sometimes say and what not to say.
Yeah.
You have to be educated on how you work with people. So being in that business helped me to have I guess this is debatable and we'll have a vote, but it's helped develop my people skills. Yeah. And so that's a big thing. People, this is a sales business. Everybody's in sales. Whether you're in a relationship, you're selling yourself. Whether you're in a company, you're selling yourself. It's sales, and what the biggest thing is people buy from people. And so the people aspect of that is, I think one of the biggest attributes I was able to bring in from my previous life when I started the company 8 years ago. Being able to, communicate with people and listen is a big, big plus. Yeah,
I really like how you said communicating and emphasized listening. I think sometimes when we talk about communication, like the listening aspect is sometimes overlooked a little bit, but like being a good listener, really understanding what your customer actually needs or what your team needs is just such a huge aspect of being a great leader.
What you found is that most customers don't have a full understanding of signage. They understand a vision of what they want to accomplish, but they don't know how to achieve it.
Right.
And so there has to be a tremendous trust level between the client and myself, because they're putting a lot of trust in. They're investing their money, and sometimes they don't know really what they want. So we have to educate them. And I've tried to make it a very strong principle. If I think that something's not right for them, even though it may lose me a sale, I'll tell them that.
Yeah.
And I've had that come back to me many times, saying, "Whoa, I really appreciate that," because to me that's important. Is the success of the customer, not just trying to make a sale.
Right.
And I try and put that across, and hopefully that's helping with the business.
Yeah. So what are some ways that you establish trust with people that you work with?
Clients or my employees?
Both, just in general.
Right. In customers, it's you've got to have sound as though you know what the heck you're talking about.
Yeah, you've got to be the expert.
So you have to be an expert, even though my knowledge is growing every day. As I said, there's new materials, there's new things, but you have to know what the heck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's what builds trust. They have to know feel confident that you've been there, you've done it, and you can help them. With employees, it's just being there to support them. And again, it goes back to outside of their life, things they have to, I've tried to help them as best I can.
Yeah.
And that's and it's interesting at times.
Yeah.
Can't go into details, but it's interesting.
Yeah, people they're human, and you got to treat them like that.
Right.
So, last question, what advice would you give to somebody who is maybe a little bit hesitant to become a leader or to start their own business or start a franchise?
One of the things that you look at, we started out from zero. So no customers, not anything. It's like, so you've really got to have faith in yourself that you can, pull this off.
Yeah.
Because it's really a scary thing. So you've got to have confidence that you can do it. There's so many things that you have to learn, so you've got to be open to learning and everything else. But you have to have that. You can't be scared.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where you don't know where the money's going to come from when you're getting started out. You've got fixed expenses and everything else and everything. So you have got to be able to be solid and just understand and not get scared. Be open different new things and just go for it.
Just go for it. Just take the plunge.
Yeah.
Did you ever, like when you were first starting out with things and debating on being a franchise owner, did you ever struggle with any sort of, what's it called? Oh my gosh, the word just left me. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I just had a brain fart.
I'll talk and then it'll come to
Okay, there you go.
So one of the things that you look at is, I decided I had a full career, but then I wanted to come back to Utah to be with my grandkids and family. We're all here.
Awesome.
So in doing that, I had to leave the business that I knew and loved, and I had to start something else out. So one of the decisions is I thought that franchises were a good way to go.
Right.
Data says 70% usually succeed,
Right.
where if you do a business from scratch, 35 to 50% make it after the first 5 years. So I thought, oh, well, let's increase my odds. But then you say, well, what the heck franchise should I get into? And so I looked at it, and my background was in computer design and CAD/CAM design. And so Signarama offered me that feeling of connection to my past.
Gotcha.
And so it felt like home. So there's a lot of design elements and things that you have to be involved in the Signarama business. And so it felt like home. So you've got to have something you love, something you enjoy. And so that helps fire you through the down times. You will have down times.
Right.
You know, it's I wish there wasn't, but it is. And so you have to have that confidence in yourself and doing something that you love, because that's the only thing sometimes that gets you through.
There you go. Okay, I remember my question.
I knew you would.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so when you were kind of debating on starting this, did you ever deal with any like imposter syndrome at all, or was that not an issue for you?
I mean, a little funny tale is like when I started the business, you go to a week training. So you come back and basically you know what vinyl is and a few other little things, but you haven't got a clue.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that I had skill sets that I needed. So I got somebody who was involved, who's been with me since the get-go, who was very good at construction and putting things in. And we've had a good relationship. But that was a real interesting. Another story is that's showing how new it is. My wife was helping me out, doing the business, and so we had a customer come in, and she's going, oh no, there's a customer. I said, calm down, don't do that. It's okay. And so you've got a sign up there. You see this guy over at the top there?
Oh yeah.
He was one of our first customers, and so he came in and we said we didn't have our credit card machine running, we didn't have a cash box, and he says, and so he paid us with $100 bill, and he says, just keep the change.
Cool.
So literally starting out with, we hadn't got a clue what we're doing.
Yeah.
But you learn fast.
There you
have
go.
to sink.
Yeah, sink or swim.
There
you go.
So it did happen, but.
I like that you shared that story, because I think a lot of people feel like if they want to start a business or if they want to take on a new role or leadership position, they need to know exactly what they're doing and meet all of the qualifications before they ever begin or even try.
Yeah.
But that's really not the case. Like, you have to just try and do your best and then learn as you go.
Learn as you go. Still learning now.
Yeah.
You never stop learning, but yeah, it's you just have to have faith in what you think you're going to do, and then put that energy and effort into it, and things will work themselves out.
Awesome. Well, you gave a lot of really great advice. I really loved all your stories, and I feel like you had great insight into being a leader, and I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and share that with me and share a little bit more about Signarama here in Orem. Yeah. Your business was actually recommended by Kathy, who runs the economic department here in the city.
Kathy's great.
Yes.
It's mostly she loves my daughter, and so that's where the connection comes.
There you go.
They were in a program together, master's program. So
the networking paid off. There you go. Well, thank you so much, Shaun. I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Shaun. And if you are in Orem, be sure to check out Signarama for all of your signage needs. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.